Hi, this is High Templar with my new Total War Warhammer video, and today we'll be talking about new DLC that is coming for us for Total War Warhammer on September the 1st, and this is The Grim and the Grave. So we had a leak about it, and surely very soon after, the Creative Assembly again released a full trailer, which seems like it's not an accident anymore. It is just the way they're doing things right now. First a leak, and then we get to see the trailer very shortly after. So what we can, what we know already, and we know quite a bit about that, and there's some interesting stuff about it. So firstly, we will get two new um, legendary lords for two factions, that is Empire and Vampire Knights. The first legendary lord would be the Grand Theogonist Volkmar the Grim, who is the leader of Sigmar cult in the Empire, and this is rather, grim story. The other one is actually the Necromancer Helman Gorst, who is legendary lord for Vampire counts, and we will also take two new lords, which will be obviously the generals that you can pick. There seem to be very interesting maps we will see because that looks like we'll see new units. The flaglands, as you can see, pretty naked, pretty big maces. Damage dealer, obviously. We will talk about them because we know a bit more about them very soon. They seems to have a pretty good case of use. Then we will have a corpse card, which we don't know much about, probably a support, although I don't know, I haven't found anything. The Knights of Blazing Suns pretty much upgraded right there. I mean, not really, there are some differences still. This is the Mortis engine, which will be the Mortis engine, which will be obviously some kind of vehicle, uh, possibly only commanded by the legendary lord, but we don't know that yet. The Free Company Militia, which seems also very cool unit because they do have both Cultas or Saber and the handgun, which might be a very cool first really first unit that have both very good range and melee skills. And Arc Collector, which is obviously a warrior priest that you can get as a general. And the new vampire, Strigoi Ghoul King. This is a new general for the vampire. Also looks very cool indeed. Some very cool maps, as I mentioned before. This is actually the War Altar of Sigmar, which is the vehicle for the Grand Theogonist. So, yeah, this looks epic. The Grim and the Grave, two new lords mostly, but there will be some things that coming also. So as you can see here, new quests and skills, two new lords, 5 new units, 18 elite regiments of renown. So those units we will, like I said, talk about in a moment, but let's stop on 18 elite regiments of renown, what they will be. So we'll have some info on that here. We have already an entry in Total War Wiki, and what is the most important thing is that they can be recruited instantly in the map, just like the mercenaries in previous Total War games. So we will have mercenaries. And it seems like we will be getting mercenaries for the vampire counts and the empire only right now. So we have those elite elite units like those cannons, which will be upgraded versions. Here we have Royal Aldorf Griffiths, which will be pretty much stronger versions of demigriffs, and there will be also the Hammer of Witches, which is elite artillery, elite great cannons. You see they are golden. Seems like those are reskins mostly, but what is interesting, they are telling us that they will have new skills, the skills that are not available here. Each regiment also get one or more special abilities that its counterpart does not. So standard counterpart. So this is new ability for demigriffs, new ability for great cannons, which seems to be something interesting. One or more, and we get 18 of those units. 18. So that's quite interesting also. So what else? We have some information already released on those units per se, and this is something really scary. So you can see Volker Game here. He has minus 15% upkeep units for Prevalent units and at least 30% damage for those units. Now that might be not super cool to you until you see at those units. So this is, I am pretty sure this is an extremely elite unit, but as you can see, these guys are damage dealers, frenzy, unbreakable, with no armor as mentioned before. They are pretty much naked. Leadership of 100, they are unbreakable. Nice speed, melee attack of 50 and defense only of 15 and weapon strength of 44. Now this is non-armor piercing, so you get pretty much plus 30% for almost all of it, and the charge bonus of 36. But that's not really that important, because not only you get all of that, but their health is 10,800 and their number is 180. So you get 180 of those guys, and their stats are crazy. This is absolutely insane unit, and you get it at the very beginning of the game. So it's a glass cannon, but the glass cannon hitting so hard, it's silly. So the next unit we'll have here is Knights of Blazing Sun, which are speed 80, so they are much faster than your normal heavy cap. They have armor of 100, decent health, 16 in the unit. They do get a burning melee attack of 40, defense of 22, weapons are 42, and charge bonus of 76. So this is a very good shotgun that is dealing burning damage, very good against those trolls and stuff, and also 80 speed, which is quite good. And here we have the next unit will be like normal units of flaglands. Those guys have 40 attack, 10 defense, so less, 44 weapon strength, so still a lot, but only 120 of those guys. But they are still frenzy and damage dealers and unbreakable, so 7,000 health, pretty heavy stuff, pretty heavy. And if those guys deal 30% more damage, yeah, hard to do anything with that, really. So if you go to the counterparts for vampire accounts for this, you would see that this guy doesn't really get anything new. He has Graveguard. He does have a card, which is very much tied to his story. But yeah, these are Graveguards. There is a corpse card, like I said. As you can see, this is support unit because it has regeneration, it has inspiring attack, but the health is a bit low, only single unit armor, and As you can see, charge bonus, melee attack, weapon strength, all that. It's quite obviously saying that there will be. This is something that helps your unit, not the other way around. And the dire pack. So this is something that we know about this DLC. We know that we'll have few units. We know that we'll have mercenaries. Mercenaries going back to Warhammer, going back to the Total War game is something that will change the way we play because they are very useful. Although if used by AI, they can be very annoying. I like that a lot. I did like that a lot. We will see how available they are. If you read the wiki page, you will see that they will be not available for low level lords because those are pretty elite units. So you would have to level up to get access to those, which makes things easier for the player because if you play aggressively, your lords will be much higher level than your enemy and you will get this access to all those units. And it's also not very, and it might be the case that only the Empire and Vampire accounts can have access to that. So like Empire Secessionists won't, no matter what level will be those units. So only if you are playing, say, Greenskins or Dwarves and you are encountering Vampire accounts on the or the Empire, you have a war with them, the AI will be able to use them against you. What are my final thoughts about it? I do believe that giving more variable units like flaglance and those militia to the Empire is a huge mistake. It's well, the Empire. It's not like the Empire was not overpowered, right? Because yes, they are overpowered. They are very much overpowered, and giving them excellent damage dealer unit that they didn't really had before. There are some units that are like decent, but they are not like a strict damage dealer unit like that. Those flagons seems like crazy effective, like you know some of the chaos units you would see, like Forsaken for example. But when the Forsaken has 80 armor, those guys seem to have higher numbers and more pretty similar damage, and even more. Those tattered souls look just crazy, absolutely crazy. So I do believe giving more power to the Empire is kind of weird. You might want to boost factions that are underpowered in both campaign and multiplayer. Many people rely on the multiplayer to get most of out of the game. So I would say it should go to dwarves and chaos warriors, vampire counts, yeah, why not? But not the empire. But that's just my opinion. So this is it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like. If you did comment, please leave a comment and see you later. I will post the links to these materials in the description. Bye.